Good morning, guys. Well, it's definitely summertime. I can tell by the fact that it's getting pretty hot during the day. It's also been raining a lot lately, which is always nice. I just wish it would be a nice, gentle rain instead of always being a thunderstorm. Those can be kind of scary. I mean, I guess it's better than nothing, so whatever. Just make sure you're wearing sunscreen when you go outside. Being sunburned is the worst. Your skin hurts all the time, and it keeps you from going outside for a while because being out on a hot day makes your sunburn really hurt. Anyway, let's do our opening together. Repeat after me if you'd like, or just do the hand symbols with me. We are Unitarian Universalists. We are the Church of the Open Mind, the Loving Heart, and the Helping Hands. Together, we care for our earth and work for friendship and peace in our world. Let's begin. Today, we're going to start off with a story. I know, it's exciting. It's a story that you may have heard before. It's called The Boy Who Cried Wolf. This is a story from a collection of stories called Aesop's Fables. Anyway, let's get going with it. There once was a shepherd boy who was bored as he sat on the hillside watching the village sheep. One day, in order to amuse himself, he took a deep breath and yelled out, "Wolf! Wolf! The wolf is chasing the sheep!" The villagers came running up the hill to help the boy drive the wolf away. But when they arrived at the top of the hill, they found no wolf. The boy laughed at the sight of their angry faces. "Don't cry wolf, shepherd boy," said the villagers, "when there's no wolf." They went grumbling back down the hill. The next day, the boy yelled out again, "Wolf! Wolf! The wolf is chasing the sheep!" To his naughty delight, he watched the villagers run up the hill to help him drive the wolf away. When the villagers saw no wolf, they sternly said, "Save your frightened yelling for when there really is something wrong. Don't cry wolf when there is no wolf." But the boy just grinned and watched them go grumbling down the hill once more. The next day, though, he saw a real wolf prowling around his flock. Alarmed, he leaped to his feet and yelled out as loudly as he could, "Wolf! Wolf!" But the villagers thought he was trying to fool them again, so they didn't come. At sunset, everyone wondered why the shepherd boy hadn't returned to the village with their sheep. They went up the hill to find the boy, and they found him weeping. "There really was a wolf here. The flock is scattered. I cried out, 'Wolf, why didn't you come?'" An old man tried to comfort the boy as they walked back to the village. "We'll help you look for the lost sheep in the morning," he said, putting his arm around the youth. "Nobody believes a liar, even when he is telling the truth." That last line right there pretty much sums up the moral of the story pretty well. Nobody believes a liar, even when they're telling the truth. Just think about that for a minute. Have you ever known someone who's always making things up, telling little lies about their life or things they have done? It gets to the point where if they ever do tell the truth, we just automatically assume they're lying. It's important to try and be honest all the time. I mean, first off, it just feels better to tell the truth than to lie. I mean, when we lie, we have to then worry about, what we're going to do if someone finds out that we're lying, and how we can keep people from finding out the truth, and, what other lies that we're going to have to tell in order to make sure that the original lie stays covered up. If we tell the truth, however, we just don't have to worry about that. If we break something or make a mess, it's easier to just tell the truth about it. You may still get in some trouble, but most people will be more mad about you lying to them about something than they'll be mad at you for just doing whatever it was you did. With my kids, I always tell them that they're going to get into more trouble for lying than they will for whatever it is they did. I mean, if Conan were to do something and then like spill a cup of milk and then lie to me, not only would I be upset about the thing he did, maybe not that upset, just a spill, but I'd really be upset about him lying to me. Because when you lie to someone, you're basically telling them that they aren't important enough to know what the truth is, and that's not a very nice thing to feel. Second, Lying all the time makes you just like the boy in the story. No one is going to believe you. For example, when Asher was younger, and still sometimes to this day, we would tell him to go do his chores, and then he'd walk off and disappear, say he was doing them, and then tell us he was done with them. And then when we'd go to check on his chores, we'd find out that he hadn't done any of them, and that he was just lying to us, so we'd get off his back about his chores. And it happened so often that we stopped trusting him. And even when he actually started doing his chores, we would always demand that we see proof that he had done what we had asked him to do. Asher would get upset about this, upset that we always assumed he was lying and would treat him like a liar. We had to explain to him that since he had lied to us so many times, we had learned that we couldn't believe what he was telling us. It hurt his feelings to have his parents always think he was a liar, but he had trained us to believe that he was a liar because he was constantly lying. If you train the people around you to think that what you're saying is more than likely a lie by constantly lying, you can't be upset when they don't immediately start believing what you tell them. There was a guy a long time ago named Immanuel Kant who believed that it is never okay to lie. He said that all people deserve to have the freedom to do what is best for them. And when you lie to someone, you're not allowing them to have all the information they may need to do what is best for themselves. And so you are taking away their freedom. Kant thought that lying was one of the worst things that you could do to another person. And I can definitely see where he's coming from, and I kind of think he's got a point. I'm not really going to go super in depth about Kant's beliefs today. I kind of need a whole video for that. Maybe that's the direction I'll go in for the next, talk to you guys about some of the biggest philosophers out there, like Immanuel Kant. For today, however, I'm all done. Just importantly, if you take anything away from today, try not to lie, guys. It's usually not worth it and tends to just make things worse. Anyway, remember to make healthy decisions, stay safe, and I'll talk to you again next week. Later.